All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob at Smirking Gun Reviews, and tonight we're going to be talking about Lodge 49, the show that was on opposite Better Call Saul season 4 this late summer, early fall. And I don't really know anybody, like Patriot on Amazon, I don't really know anybody that watches this. Unfortunately, when this show was on, I was making my Better Call Saul videos, so I only got to see like the first two when it was originally out. And I gotta say, now that it's out on Hulu, you can watch the 10 episodes first season. I really hope it gets picked up for a second because I really enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it like Better Call Saul enjoyed it, but I enjoyed it on a whole other level. Now, this show has been called, like in one of the advertisements, somebody compared it to The Big Lebowski. And that is a really big stretch because I think they just see this guy, Dud, played by Wyatt Russell, who was also in this fall's Overlord, which is an incredibly overlooked World War II zombie movie, or super soldier movie if you want to be correct about it, but I digress. He is mildly different in this than he is in Overlord, but Wyatt Russell is a guy that I'm going to be paying a lot of attention to coming up. I think he's got a lot of versatility, and I really dig him in this show. And he's, I think, the reason why they're comparing it to The Big Lebowski, because he's kind of just this laid-back dude who surfs or did surf before he gets bitten by a poisonous snake and loses his dad in a, he disappears in the ocean. He goes out swimming in the Pacific and is never heard from again. But this show is like a little slice of life of the brother and the sister, Liz and Dud, trying to cope with life after their father's disappearance/death. Liz has taken on the debt that was left behind by her father, which is like crippling her, forcing her to work jobs where she's working at a restaurant job for cash so that she can, if she's getting a job that has a regular paycheck, they'd be garnishing her wages. But if she works as a waitress, it's really smart actually. She makes cash and they can't, and since waiters and waitresses, man, we make crap as far as checks, so go ahead and garnish that wage. But cash means you're in control of your money, so you can give the bank whatever you need to, or how much you want to give them. That's her idea. But it's taking forever and crippling her. She's also taking care of Dud, who, after this snake bite that he got, he can't walk around, and he's in denial about his father's death. He's in denial about losing the family home. He's just stuck and unmotivated and just aimless and lost. And they're both kind of lost in their own ways. And they're at the center of this story. And he ends up finding this Lodge 49. It's this benevolent order of the Lynx, where this is where his main arc takes place. It's this little, neighborhood, Long Beach neighborhood, I'm not that familiar with lodges like Elk Lodges and all this, but this is like based on this guy from a long time ago who was into alchemy, and whether or not you believe in any of this stuff, it's really just a place for people that to meet up and have camaraderie and drink and hang out, and they do Boy Scout things and they have karaoke nights, and that's really all it is. And you've got people there that have varying degrees on how they believe in it. There's the leader, the person in charge, he's kooky as hell, but he really believes it. And you've got this the bartender who's kind of an herbologist, like a organic herbologist kind of guy. He wants to believe it even though he really doesn't. And then you've got Ernie, who's the guy who's kind of wanting to be next in line, he's our other kind of main character, and he's trying to impress his boss with trying to get this deal going for a shutdown company called Orbis. And that's kind of the setting for this show, is not just the lodge, but this whole thing surrounding Long Beach and this company that's been a big part of the community closing down and pretty much putting a whole bunch of the community in unemployment. and how people are kind of scrambling to be a part of this supposed land deal that's going on, and Ernie's trying to get in on the ground floor of that. And there's some minor characters here and there that play a good role in this show, but really it's about how Dud becomes obsessed with becoming a part of this lodge and learning and trying to find purpose and trying to, it's almost a way again to not cope with his dad's death by just finding another thing to not deal with it. And so he gives his all to, being a part of this lodge and it's part of it, knowing its secrets and all this stuff. And he's taking it way more seriously than anybody has in a long time. And in a way, his eagerness, even though it's him kind of, masking his pain and avoiding his pain, it kind of starts to awaken the other members of the lodge into why they were a part of it in the first place, and to start looking into things. And while it sounds boring maybe to, if you haven't seen it, because it did seem kind of dull to me before I really started getting into it, this is a show that rewards you for watching it all the way through. There are a lot of things that happen on this show that kind of deals with just banal, normal life, but then throwing you twists and curveballs along the way that definitely keep it very watchable. The characters are very relatable, very relatable. There's a few characters like Larry Loomis, who's, the leader, who's obviously kind of losing his mind, or at least you think he's losing his mind, because he keeps talking about the secrets of the lodge and all these things about alchemy and things from the past that could be like, ooh, maybe this is real. And it's you never like, the fact that maybe this is real is kind of never forced on you. Like, you're not, if something happens, if this show gets picked up again and it goes on for maybe 2, 3, 4 years, I think that they will start delving into a little bit of it. But in the end, it's really just the people wanting to believe in this, whether or not, I don't think they're going to go full mystical with it, but I do like that these people have become, that were kind of docile about their place as just a hangout, are starting to become more interested in everything that goes on. And there are secrets, and there are weird things going on. They're not like Harry Potter weird, like not somebody turning into cats, or there's no magic really in this. But there's enough bizarre things in this lodge as the show goes on that do keep you like wondering what's really going on here. And also the side, plots are pretty good, especially like Liz's working at the restaurant and trying to figure out her life, and knowing that she's in this crippling debt and in this job that she's way, more than qualified for, that she should be trying for other things, and how she starts to, as the show goes on, branch out into new things slowly but surely. And then as far as Dud and Ernie goes, I mean, they kind of become, like the buddy cops in this non-cop buddy series. Like, they're the partners in crime as they go along on their own adventures, trying to, Ernie trying to juggle a affair with one of the other people in the lodge and try to get this land deal going. And throughout this land deal, you got this mysterious guy called the Captain. And it's just, and Brian Doyle Murray's in here a little bit. He's great. And it's just, I'm not going to spoil anything really here. I am going to say that there's a couple of people that show up in here. One is, if you ever watch Preacher, the guy who plays Humperdew, of all people, is in this show for a little bit. And that just blew me away. I was like, that's Humperdew. Another person that shows up later on in the show that I was really happy with is Bruce Campbell. If you don't know who Bruce Campbell is, I'm not going to tell you. You should know who Bruce Campbell is. Jesus. Just kidding. But it's great to see Bruce Campbell in this. He has a lot of fun in this. And it's just, in the end, this story of these people and how they're all kind of lost. And how this lodge and the mysteries surrounding the lodge and Liz's journey to find herself and get out of debt and become, you know, more of a complete person again after taking on so much after her dad's death. It's just a really, really, it calms me. I don't know how else to put it. I just sit back and I relax and I enjoy the show. I'm not on the edge of my seat, but when things happen, I'm not jumping out of my chair, but I'm just like, oh. And it does feel a little like a Coen Brothers type of project, but not really like the Big Lebowski. These characters all like have some quirks and stuff, but all Coen Brothers stuff has quirks, not just the Big Lebowski. And so that's where it is. It's a charming little show that I highly recommend you check out. It took me only a few days to get through it because I really couldn't stop watching it. I wasn't binging it, but it took me about 3 or 4 days, and I'm glad I kind of spaced it out over a few days and watched it all. I have not heard if it's been picked up, but I really hope it does. And like I said, Wyatt Russell, guy you need to watch out for. Brent Jennings as Ernie. I know he's been around for a long time, and he's one of those guys that you go, I know him from somewhere, character actors wise. Sonia Cassidy as Liz is really, really good in this. She's really funny. David I'm gonna butcher this guy's name. David Pasquesi. I'm sorry. He's not gonna watch this, I don't think, but if he does, I'm sorry for butchering your name. As Blaze, the herbologist, the organic guy, kind of hippie-ish bartender. He is a standout in this. I really enjoy him quite a bit. Like I said, Brian Doyle Murray's in this, and he's hilarious. He does some of the funniest stuff in the show with this character called Beautiful Joe. He's like obsessed with this guy. Like I said, again, Bruce Campbell is amazing in this. Kenneth Welsh, another character actor who I've loved since he was in the episode of X-Files in season 3 called Revelations. I've liked this guy a lot. He can play good guys, bad guys. You know, he's just one of those actors, and he does a lot here. He gets to kind of be on the front. Like a lot of these people don't get to be stars, and since this is an ensemble, it's nice to see actors like him get more recognition and get a part that they can really own and do something with and make their own and be memorable, because a lot of these character actors, you know them from that thing, but they don't usually, have a recurring part that's long enough for you to go, oh yeah, him, and know the character by name, like Larry Loomis. I won't forget his character's name, but I can't remember I know that what episode of the X-Files he was in, but I don't remember the character's name, because a lot of these guys don't get those kind of parts. Adam Godley, who was in Breaking Bad as Walt's old partner, is in this. He plays a guy from London, a guy from the London Lodge number 1, who plays kind of a critical role in this show as well. He's really good in this. Yeah, I'm trying to give everybody credit here, as many people as I can, because there's just a lot of really interesting people in this show, and again, I really want people to check it out. Just like I did with Patriot, Lodge 49 is an enjoyable, relaxing, cool, trippy little ride that has enough weird Coen Brothers-esque moments in it without getting too far completely gonzo crazy. It gives you just enough weirdness to make you go, wow, I can't wait to see. Kind of like Twin Peaks without, the hit you over the head bizarreness. just enough quirkiness to keep you interested every week. And I really wish I had the time. It's an initial run to watch every episode. So anyway, that's it. I think I've given it I've kissed its ass enough. So if you like this review for Lodge 49, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all that rigmarole. Otherwise, this is Rob at Smirking Gun Reviews saying we will see you on the next video, and have a great night.